How did it feel from having a top position to then deciding to go part-time somewhere, having a family?
My wife said, "Yo, I got your back," and I felt the confidence in there. Like I can't lose now. Real estate is fun, man. I don't call it a job, bro. To be honest with you, when I elaborate that, it's just I'm just happy where I'm at. Peace is the new king, man. Peace is the new rich.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm coming. I'm coming right now. Come on in,
Truly, truly honored and blessed to spend and invest time with these guests. But most importantly, spend time and invest time with you too. If you don't know who I am, I'm Rob De La Rosa, the bald-headed Dominican from the Bronx. And all you gotta do to help me, help you, is like, comment, subscribe.
Good.
We good.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another edition to In the Living Room podcast where we learn, laugh, and heal. I got the one and only. First and foremost, I haven't seen this man in, how long has this been?
4 years.
4 years, bro. I got my boy, the one and only Hip in the building. Clap it up for my boy Hip one time. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of everything, but most importantly, we definitely going to talk about some real estate.
Gotcha.
Real estate. So off the top, just so people understand what's going on, this year so far in real estate, what have you closed? I guess I would ask is the right question because are you a broker? You're an agent, just so we can understand who we got in front of us.
So I'm an agent. I do real estate in New Jersey. As of month today, I got about 23 closings, units when I called, housing, 2-family, single-family homes. Close to year to date, almost close to 15 mil at the end of this month. My goal was to set up 20 mil this year. That was my goal.
One more time for my people. Just because he said it's so casual. You see, so why you like good people when he try to ease up to these numbers? Give it to them one more time, Hip.
So, it's been fun. It's been a fun journey. I like I said, man, I like to hustle. I work all shifts. How Cali says, right? To this year, 23 homes closed. As of last month. This month I got two closings. Next month I got some spooky stuff going in. So it's gonna be a big month in October. But as of year to date, close to 15 mil at the end of this month. So,
Bro, I love that. Honestly, here's why I wanted to start there, because I guess we're in an era where we need to get people's attention right away. And if that didn't get your attention, I don't know what will, because I have genuine questions. First and foremost, how did you get here, right? Because me and my boy Hip got some history, right? We done worked in the same corporation in the past, went our own ways, still kept a relationship per se, because me and you weren't on buddy, but
we knew the hustle. We understand what it was.
We understand what it was. It's always been love. So why real estate and how did you get here?
So I worked in sales, I would say at least 10 plus years. I worked for a corporate job in sales, selling phones. That's how we met. I worked my way up to the ranks as a top agent, as a top sales rep, to an assistant manager, to a manager, to running the highest location, volume-wise, you remember.
For sure.
And I'm grateful for that experience because it made me the man I am today, but it also matured me into the man I am today. Sad to say, but, I love what I do now more than ever. And I needed that door to close first so this one to open up. And I just went from there. I applied my skills that I learned from that place, applied here, and I just multiplied it. And, corporate world will let you go whenever. They don't care. They don't care if it's the holiday season. They don't care if it's November, December, where family times, And, got let go during those times. It was tough on me. Pandemic, pre-pandemic. So you already know everybody was like on high alert. But, I kept faith,
Right.
you know, trusted the process. I knew everything I lost, I was going to get it back. It was that simple. I was destined to do that. Had my daughter, had my other kid on the way, and, you know, it just motivated me. I took a quick part-time to realize, I want to try real estate. You know, I closed on 2 homes prior to the pandemic. Everybody was like crazy, like, yo, why are you buying houses during this time? You should save your money. And I was like, when everything goes down, everything must come up, right? It's just simple. And, you know, my boy ended up selling me those cribs. You know, my wife bought a 3-family, I bought a single family. And I noticed, you know, the ching ching.
Right.
And I said, yo, you know, and I had all these people hitting me up, like, yo, you know, who sold you the house? You know, how did you ended up doing? What did you do? So I understood the process. I molded. I met my lender through buying my house. So I already had a lender coming in. And, you know, one thing went to another, you know, I ended up, for shits and giggles, excuse my language, but for shits and giggles, I took an online class. I got it on Groupon for like $130.
Damn, I think I got that same fucking class,
Yeah,
bro.
it was $130. I said, bullshit. You know what it is? I get home by 5 o'clock. I was doing part-time at T-Mobile.
So I want to just, as you're going to that story, I think this is a piece I want to speak on.
Yeah.
How did it feel from having a top position to then deciding to go part-time somewhere, having a family? Because I think that's a piece, once you said that, I want to kind of drill on, because someone's watching this and they heard you at 15 million, closing with the idea of 20, and thinking this happened like overnight per se, not knowing that kind of sacrifice you had to make.
I mean, I was always conservative with money.
Okay.
And also, my wife is also a hustler. She likes to drive. She likes to exceed. So, you know, my wife said, yo, you know, I got your back. You know, and I felt the confidence in there, like, I can't lose now, you know, and I gotta tell everybody, I'm good at dominoes, man. It's hard to beat me, man. So when I'm going up against a challenge, man, I'm gonna give it my all. If I fail, it's just a lesson learned. You know what I mean? So I never took an L. If I did take L, I learned from it, right? That's the L for it, right? And, you know, one thing went to another. She was like, I got it. Don't worry about it. Do what you gotta do. I was coming from a time where all I knew was that corporate job, right? Waking up, you know, I was happy. I was comfort. I was comfortable. I had everything I had. I used to take my vacations, request my PTO, you know, all that good shit, then come back to the same nonsense. And it was like, yo, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? My wife had a higher position, which I was happy for her. She was strive. She did more. I started losing, like, focus on the job at hand. And, you know, I was glad the door closed on me in my face, because it opened up another one. And I just took off, bro.
Bro, this is a part, first and foremost, let me give you the dynamics here. When he speaks of his wife, she ended up being my boss at AT&T. Yo, Nikki, shout out to you, bro, because me and your wife respectfully had a rough start, bro. Like, and I respect the hustle. So women in power, let me just say that. Yeah. I understand there are roles you gotta fit, but Nikki was wilding on me when she first, yo, bro. What? I was like, yo, bro, it's 7 a.m, bro.
Yo, she wakes up early, bro.
It was 7 a.m, bro, with text messages and details of what's going on.
What's going on? Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Nikki, chill, bro. I feel you, but I ain't mad, because some people get in a position,
and
they gotta do it. We got off to a rough start, but ended up with a great end. So shout out to Nikki. Hope you're doing well.
She's a good-hearted person, man.
This is what I want to say, because today the climate is, you know, if a man makes less than me, he's not for me. He got to make X amount, right? Because this is what social media put. The algorithm wants to push this nonsense where there's no, if you don't have a certain dollar amount, you're not a man that's worth speaking on. But you coming from a household where your wife is now the breadwinner, she's making more money than you. Okay? You take a part-time, what's the conversation like at home? What's the self-esteem of Hip at this moment?
I was down, yo. I was like, I didn't feel like a man at one point, but I married her for a reason, you know? She had my back. And when I knew that, I was like, this is the reason why I proposed. This is the reason why we have a kid. This is the reason why we have another one. She opened my eyes to a lot of things, bro. If everybody knows me as Hip, I was a knucklehead. Used to love partying. You already know. I was everywhere. You know, and that changed, bro. A lot of people say, yo, get the Fuck out of here.
Right. Nah, you a changed man, bro.
You know, and
you are a changed man.
I don't even go out no more, bro. It's the love. Yo, peace is the new rich. I tell that to everybody.
Ooh.
You know, I'd rather be home putting my daughter to sleep, yo, watching YouTube Kids, bro, then focusing on work right after to 2 in the morning to wake up at 6. Now to take my daughter to school. She just started school this year. So I'm like, bro, that shit was tough on me. Let me tell you, dog. All the shit that's going on with school and shit.
Yo, honestly, I want you to elaborate on that because I think I'm not a father, and I think these are conversations that we're not hearing from the male perspective of not a new father, but a father in a position you in, and the way you feel about school. What is this doing to you right now?
So, with the shit going on in life right now with school and everything that's going on, respect to everybody, but, you know, my biggest thing was the bullying, right? That's like, you know, I never bullied anybody in high school, never got bullied, so I always felt good, and I always seen people getting bullied, and I always used to be the bigger man. Like, yo, chill, don't do that, like, you know. And that was my biggest thing, but, you know, I talked to my oldest daughter daily. When I used to drop off from my mom, she had her iPad ready, FaceTime. Daddy, what you doing? You working? I want Chick-fil-A. You know, she would tell me, yo, you know, can you Uber it? Like, yo,
right.
This girl would, like, blow your mind. You don't even think she's 4-year-old. She likes to chill with adults, not kids. It's crazy. So, you know, when school hit, yo, I ain't gonna lie, people would laugh, say, how your big ass cried. You know, I cried, dog.
Really?
And I saw her. She was so excited. I never used to be excited to go to school. Let's be honest. I'm like, shit. My mom, Hipólito, levántate. I'm like, fuck. You know, this girl like ran in and, yeah, I shed a tear, man. I shed a tear. I told Nikki, I was like, yeah, I cried, you know. Like, I cried, bro. Like, I cried, and I was like, it's good. It was good tears.
Right.
Because, yo, she's already in school. Then I got the little one coming in, going to school next. And, you know, it was tough, bro. But, you know, she goes to school where we go to church. I go to church. You know,
love that.
You know,
love that. Actually, fire.
You know, my wife got me into the things. You know, reading Bible verses and shit like that. And you know, I just want to do right by people. You know, I don't want to be that guy anymore. Like,
yeah.
Temp.
Yeah, let me just say, bro.
This guy's gonna tell everything right
now. Let me just
all the stories he heard. Here we go.
Tell y'all, bro. Like,
I'm gonna have to take a swig.
Take a swig for that, because I'm gonna take the pick out for the people that don't like to acknowledge people's growth. The problem that we have, I think, as a collective, bro, that we're so familiar with pain that we don't want to acknowledge people's change. When I say Hip changed, I got in the car and I wanted to talk to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. And Hip was like, yo, I'm good, bro. I'm on positive times, bro. I'm saying, Hip, because some of you would take this a certain way. I'm like, yo, Hip, what are you doing? Here's why I say that. We come from an industry, respectfully, when we came from our industry, there were some people that would play in a way to get the numbers. Let's just call it what it is.
Let's call it, yeah, sure.
Let's call it what it is. You get pressure to make some certain numbers, and you got to go do things that you don't normally do to go get those numbers. So sometimes on the inside, we like, yo, what you doing to get those numbers? What you doing that
is different than
what you doing that I'm doing for real? Put me on, bro, so I could get off these calls. You feel me? I don't want to be on a 7 a.m. call with Nikki. You know what I'm saying? Like, but here's what I said as soon as I saw him. I said, how you doing that, bro? How you closing this much real estate in this kind of uncertain times? His response was, God, bro.
Yeah.
And I instantly said, yo, I love that answer. So when a person changes, be grateful for the change, acknowledge the change. But yo, that's beautiful to know that your daughter goes to school in the church. You really, all right, not saying do you really believe it's because of your faith change, but is it like a conversation with God every day before you go out there and do your business?
I pray daily. I go to church once a week. You know, my thing is, you know, when I'm about to do something wrong, I pray. You know, when I say I'm about to do something wrong, I don't mean it like in any trifling way, but like, you know, there's things that encourage you, like, yo, do this, do that, and I gotta sit back and think about it, and let me rephrase that when I say to do bad things, because, you know, that's
I do have me curious if you what I'm saying.
That will roll a red signal. You know, you have
if
your.
If you want my fault, you could flip the mic to you if you want. You could. I see.
You know, you have like, damn, I want to go out, I want to do this, I want to do that, and just think about it. I'm like, oh, there's no need for that. I'm good. I'm at peace. Why complicate my life? You know, a younger version of me would have been like, fuck it. I'm out.
And the money you
know?
making out too, baby. Let's talk about it. Chicken coming in, Temptations outside, and Hip goes, peace is the new rich.
Yo, I just walk away. I walk away from a lot of scenarios. I walk away from parties. When I see everybody getting lit, it's like time for me to go home. You know what I mean? Like when I say lit,
Grown man stuff right there,
and
bro.
in this real estate world, there's a lot of gems out there. There's a lot of parties. There's a lot of interactions. You got to network to meet people, but there's also boundaries, and there's also like, you know, pause. You know, I'm married, blah blah blah, and it happens. You know, and it happens. And I'm just in a place where I'm happy, dude. You know, when I say that is I love coming home, love seeing my wife, love waking up, love seeing my kids. You know, love the nonsense that they come up with every day, you know, and the things. And, you know, my daughter's in gymnastics. She loves that shit. So I'm a proud parent. I'm good. I'm happy where I'm at. You know, if that makes sense, I don't want to go where I used to be.
I love that.
You
And
know?
I just want to let you know, Rich Friends bring some things you never drank before. It's not a sponsor. We don't even sponsor y'all, but I've drank tequila.
That shit don't even taste like tequila,
This
right?
is a $140 bottle. Get some friends to make some money. You heard, to bring you some good stuff.
Nah, it's a tax write-off. Man.
You already know, Mama. So now, honestly, I want to say I'm so happy that that's the place we started off first. Cause for the person looking at you, cause I'm gonna be real, I'm outside looking and going, how's he doing that? Is luck a part of this equation? With how the media portrays the interest rates high, inflation, etc. What would you contribute your success besides your faith? Like, is there a system you following? How do you go from zero, you brand new into this, to closing X amount of properties that you close?
So when I started real estate, I started at my boy's brokerage, West Hoboken Residential. We started there, and like I always tell people, everything I learned, like writing up offers and stuff like that, I learned from him. You know, I started closing one deal a month, which was great. It was better than any pay I ever had.
Right.
You know, if you're watching a real estate, you closing on a deal, you already know. You know, you're getting paid.
Right.
And especially if you're keeping most of the money.
If there's anything you want to talk to the people and drive to the people, that's your camera.
Oh, that's a smart
That's your.
camera.
If you want to talk, do whatever. Just so you know, do what you're saying.
That
Baby.
sounds good.
Yeah.
But you know, people that work in real estate, they know how much, you know, one closing will be. And it all depends the volume and stuff like that. But
So the person who's not educated, not that you're talking in your pockets, maybe they never jumped into real estate, they probably had a part-time job like you were before.
Yeah.
What you mean by what's the average closing on average?
give or take on a 500K home, right? Or 2%, give or take, is about 10 grand.
Thank you for clarifying.
So, you know, if you're a listing agent, a lot of listing agents are good. My expertise is buyer agents. I love to deal with the buying. I'm a home freak myself. When I say that, I like to look at houses. Like, se metiche, you know what I mean? Like being nosy, or like, yo, this is dope. You know, there's sometimes I FaceTime my wife, yo, look at this bathroom, look at this, like what I'm showing. But I like that. You know, I watched every Selling Sunset, Netflix, man, those girls are just like killing it. And I'm like, these girls are making like 1.2 mil out of one deal. Imagine when you get to that level, you know what I mean? And that's where everybody wants to be at, man, you know? But real estate is fun, man. I don't call it a job, bro, to be honest with you. When I elaborate that, I'm just happy where I'm at. Like I could wake up, take my kids to school, come back home, take a nap, start my day at 10, 11. No morning calls.
No morning calls.
No morning calls, and you know, just go with the flow. You know, okay, cool. I got to reach out to this client. Cool. And like I tell you, I work every hour of the day. You know, I'm submitting offers at night, staying up to 2 in the morning, seeing what properties I'm going to see with my new client, with my new buyer, or whatever the case is. And you know, a lot of people, you know, refer me to my next sale. When I say that, when I close on somebody, hey, you know, this person wants to buy a house, my cousin, my sister, my brother. And it just starts from there, and I do so good. And, you know, we lived off of the customer service life, right? So we worked our way up, and, you know, we do what we do. We close, man.
You know what I want to do with you right now, Hip?
What up?
I want to live in your world for the next 5 minutes. Like, literally live your life. Like, I want you to give me...
You know, it's crazy. Somebody else wants me to do a podcast like that.
Like...
A life in a real estate agent.
So here's why. Because knowing your background, right? And I want to think about... One, I'm looking to buy in real estate. Shout out to my boy George. I know I said that to him like, yo, bro, I had it. And the reason why it's like there's two aspects of it. Of course, I'm seeing it from one like, yo, I want to be a home buyer.
Yeah.
But now you being a person that I know is new in real estate and seeing how you're closing at the rate that you're closing, I kind of want to know the day for you, right? Like, if I'm interested in what you're doing, what I'm saying, of course, there's levels to get to where you get. Like, give me the day, bro.
So shout out the most. I started my own group, the Parlay Group. Me and my partner, Zito. He's another beast. He's on the listing side. This dude has closed volume millions, you know, when I say that. But we started our own group. We, you know, co-founders of the Parlay Group, bet the house on it. A day of a real estate agent, right? A lot of people don't even know how much I work, but I do work. You know what I mean? And
I want to know.
so I wake up. Now the clock's changed. I'm waking up like at 6 in the morning, getting my daughter ready to school, take her to school. Gym, I gotta do better at. You know, when I say I gotta do better, it's like, yo, at 8:30, 9 o'clock, my phone is blowing up. When I say it's blowing up, like clients, yo, what's up? Are we under attorney review? Did the offer get accepted? Are we under contract? Yo, are we closing? All this stuff. And, you know, I got to make sure I'm on top of it, you know? So that's my 9 to 10, give or take. Sometimes it cuts short. After that, I go home, I relax, I shower, get changed, head to the office. And usually the night before that, if I'm taking you out to see some homes, I'm already scheduling the times to see those homes. So
Copy.
if it's at 3, 4 o'clock, you know, when you schedule your showings, you go by the time, you know? So, oh yeah, I want to see this property at 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, I meet you here, then we go to this one, then go to that one. And I always map it out. You always want to have a strategy because you don't want to go somewhere where it's 20 minutes away when one is closer to you 10 minutes. You know, you'd rather go to the one at 10 minutes first, then go to the one that's another 10 minutes after. So you want to like strategically plan where you're going to see your houses. You know, that's a little gem that I tell us to save some time for buyer agents. I don't got that no more, man. I gotta start flexing.
Come on, baby. More. You know what I'm saying? I see Wally behind the camera. I don't know what he looking at, so I had to flex at the camera real quick. My fault, bro. I'm listening though, my brother.
But that's a day. But
okay, so perspective. So I kind of want to get the third grade listener's eye. So the work is done the day prior to.
Yes, to me it is.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm submitting offers at 10, 11 o'clock at night. You know, and what I do when I don't want to tell all my gems.
And I see,
like I said,
so y'all see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the man because I respect it, and you know, there's competition in this world. But I want people to know there's people like this that I want to get in front of. So because here's what it is. Here's what it is. I know there's a bunch of people I know that have been saying I want to get into real estate. I want to get into real estate. I want to get into real estate, but I'm afraid. Now I don't think they're afraid. I don't think they're able to do what they don't know it's available in the way it is, unless I'm asking you these questions.
You have to have the vision, man. You have to have the drive. You gotta bet on yourself, you know, and that's what I love to do. If I'm gonna bet on anything, not no parlay, not no nothing, not no FanDuel, I love fantasy football.
Right.
And I'll bet on dominoes because you know I'm good at it. But you know, things like that, bet on yourself, I think is the best way to, you know, do it. Meaning, like, I called my area manager.
Okay.
It was 2 weeks before my birthday in November, and he kind of knew like what was up. He was like, "Damn, I don't want you to go, blah, blah, blah." And I was being a part-time manager. So I don't know how, but I only got 30 hours, 35 hours, whatever the case was. It wasn't like no salary base, but, you know, commission-wise. And he already knew that was coming. Like, I called on a Saturday. I think I was going to smack the shit out of a rep. And I said, yo, I think I had it. First, I called my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm about to lose.
Yeah, right.
And he's funny. My area manager at that time was Rob.
Shout out to Rob.
It's funny. Your name is Rob. And boom, I called him. He's like, yo, you know, I just don't, you know, think it's working out anymore. You know, he's like, yeah, I already see it. You're like cashing out. You know, the store is like crazy. I was already, yo estaba haltado.
You're done.
I wasn't ready. I was already fucking up to a point. And, you know, I called my wife. It was a Saturday. I was like, yo, I'm out. You trust me? She's like, of course. And I started working with somebody right away. I had my license. I did my fingerprint.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to get a napkin too, bro, when you got a second.
And,
I see you dripping over here, my brother.
Yeah, yo, so it's hot. This combo is hot. So, you know, one thing went to another. I quit. I left. My wife, we ended up going to Cabo's that the week of my birthday. And, you know, we went to college, we came back, I went to the Gritty. I started, one client at a time, and I remember submitting my first offer. I was shitting bricks.
Talk to me about that process right there. That's what I want to know. I want to know I don't even know what that means. Submitting your first offer is done how?
So basically when the client says, yo, agree, I want to put in an offer, the house vale esto y esto, okay, cool. This is your deposit, this is your everything. So you got to log in, it's an NJAR form. You do it. You get the pre-approval from the lender. That's step one.
Okay.
Hey, this person wants to submit an offer. What are we submitting? Blah, blah, blah. I get the pre-approval. I attach it to the offer. That offer probably took me about 3 hours. Compared to now.
Interesting.
Compared to now, because this was happening, right? I was submitting the offer, but I kept making a mistake. So I was doing my offer, and before I sent it to my clients to sign, I was sending it to my broker to look it over, to see if it was correct. Nope, you're missing something. You're missing something.
Wow.
So it's probably about 32 pages in that offer.
I did not know
need,
it was 32 pages.
Signature, offer amount, signature initials, blah, 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 provisions that you have to write. So now I could do a fucking offer in 5-10 minutes, give or take. If I have all the information, 5 to 10 minutes, I could log in, boom, and do it. But it took me about 3 hours. Offer got accepted. This was around Christmas time. My first offer that I closed in January.
Top of the year, top of the top.
Yeah, it was. I remember the attorney, title company, person. And you know what's the crazy part? It was somebody from T-Mobile.
Oh,
He was
fire.
looking for an investment property in Jersey, and my first house I closed was in Elizabeth. And word started spreading around. I had Instagram. I had a few followers, and so I started doing real estate. Rates were good.
Rates were good.
Rates were good. Rates were like at 3.5%, 4%, which people were buying crazy. So a lot of people thought I just got lucky because of that. And I just proved a lot of people wrong. When I say that, I proved a lot of people wrong. They thought it was just because of the rates and stuff like that. I got better as I went. Months started passing by. I went from closing 1 deal a month to closing down 2 to 3 on the regular to 5 to 6.
How?
Yo, it's just, I got a lot of clients.
I'm trying to get him to tell me what he's doing, bro. And this is what I mean. Look, and I get it, and I respect it, and I respect because you have something that's working, bro. And
Right.
I just wanted you to give me a scenario of how the hell Hip went from one, because I hear the referral base is big.
Referral base is big.
But give me something practical that if I start real estate tomorrow, I could take this lesson and know I could apply that, go from 1 home to 2 homes.
So I'll give you free gems, but anybody else, I'll
I
tell
appreciate
listen, you
you,
got
my
to join
bro.
the team first.
I
If I
appreciate
got to
you, my
give you
brother.
any insights, because, like I said, my partner works on the listing side. I work with a lot of buyers, and my buyers are my moneymaker. And a lot of new agents comes as buyer agents, right, instead of listing agents, because imagínate, you're making 1,000 calls a day and getting turned down 1,000 times. I can't live with that. That's listing agents, because they're calling, using Mojo calling.
Copy.
And I'd rather have a buyer where I know they're going to purchase. I also fill them out, too. There's a lot of buyers that bullshit. A lot of buyers are just window shopping. And those I already know. I can sense them from the get when they're sending me stuff. And like, oh, I don't like this area, but you knew about the area. Oh, I knew this only had 2 bedrooms. Like, come on. Now you're just wasting my time. So, and to a point where, like, I would tell you, look, I make it look easy, but it's not, right? As for you starting real estate, I would tell you, look, I'll put you under the wing. I'll show you the ropes, and we work from there. But don't expect to get paid right away. That's the thing. With me and my lenders, 30, 35 days the most. That's how we close. I tell you, yo, like right now I have a closing next month for one of my guys. It's their anniversary. And I set the exact close date that day. So I hit on my title company. I was like, yo.
That's a gem right there, though.
I was like, I want to surprise them. And mind you, they didn't even, they're hearing this. Well, you're going to.
They're not going to. By the time they drive, they
by
already
the time they're going to
closed.
know, they're going to get the CTC to clear the close, which that's big. I set it up for their anniversary, and I already know. So I have something planned for them on that. But, don't expect to get paid. They say, you're not going to get your first check prior to like 3 months. It's not true. The amount of energy you put into your job, what you do, this is your craft, right? We just saw a kid, Flash, talk,
That- phew.
talking some gems, and I'm like, yo, this kid has talent.
Bro, shout out to if you have not watched that episode,
Definitely watch it.
Go
'cause-
tell your mother you love her. You don't want to eat food right now because you need to know what real works look like. Go
Yeah,
watch
word.
that episode. Shout out to my boy Kid Flat. Crazy episode.
People got talent. I think not everybody is a salesman. Not everybody could be a coach. Not everybody could be a player. So it's just finding the craft, figuring out the ways and getting the job done. And that year I grew. I got rookie of the year for lifestyle in my brokerage. And mind you, I started there in May. May I had like 5 closings. Like I planted my seeds so my flowers can grow. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how it basically works. I get a client. My job is to get them under contract in a week, so I can move to the next client. And I move to the next client. Then once you know it, you have all these closings next month, and you don't even know it. And then you're looking at your wire transfer, like, damn,
Right.
like
Copy.
this is by far like the most money I ever made. But I'm grateful and thankful because I can lose it all. A lot of people don't know that. It's just managing now, and I have a good management partner. When I say managing partner, my wife.
What came in? What came in? Where you go? Yeah, no, honestly, and I think this is me not being funny. I think that's the power dynamic of her trusting you.
Yeah.
Her trusting you. You coming back and you trusting her with what you got coming in. That's incredible, bro. That's beautiful to me, bro.
She knows already, man. She
She
gets whatever she wants.
You can get whatever you like. I think that's fire, bro. I think that's beautiful because the ups and the downs. You know what it is I see in the other side. The dynamic for me, the reason why I feel this way is I worked under Nikki when you weren't working.
Yeah.
Right? Like when she had a baby and she came to work.
Yeah, like 3 months later.
3 months later.
That's how she is, bro.
Literally gave birth to a baby 3 months later, sent a message at 7 a.m, and I'm like,
she's getting into the work.
she's getting to the bag, and I know Hip right now. So to see that dynamic of her pushing, I really seen a woman grind, bro.
Yeah.
And in return, to think her husband needed some time for to be trusted.
To just get back on my feet.
To get back on his feet. Because he better be making, when I meet him, he better be, shut up.
Yeah, that's
Shut up.
That's
You're lying. First of all, you don't even know how to shower. Let me not go on let me not even go on a tangent and go crazy. So here's what I want to do. Hip, I want to give you scenarios so you can help me understand on 2 sides. One, how easy or difficult it is for me to get real estate.
Okay.
And then you on the seller side, whether you're interested because I like a buyer or not. So I'm a first-time home buyer. Never bought property.
Cool. So I mean, there's a few things. There's different loans out there.
Let me give you more. Let me give you more though.
Okay.
I got bad credit. Let me dig in. Let me dig in. I'm gonna try to help my people here. I'm 23.
Okay.
I'm 23. Credit score is 600.
I get you a loan.
But that easy? I want to know because you said that.
There's scenario. So
Okay, let me give you
Go
more.
ahead,
Let me
finish.
give you more. I'm gonna give you 3 scenarios. I'm 23,
600 credit.
600 credit, 1 credit card.
All right.
That's the only thing I got.
All right. Cool.
How do I get a house?
You work?
I work part-time.
You got a co-signer?
I got a co-signer. My mom is a great woman. I got a Dominican mom that's been paying her bills on time for 20 years, but doesn't leave her job. So I got a co-signer.
So we add you guys both to the loan. Simple as that. I mean, but we'll most likely at the part-time. So my thing is the lending side, I know some of it, but I will put you right away with my lender. Like
Okay.
I will set that connection, see
Okay.
what we can do, see what we can get done. Because, one lender could tell you no, another one could tell you yes. There's different programs, different banks, different scenarios where you could do a bank statement loan, where you can do a FHA, which, it requires, give or take, 2 years of work experience. You know what I mean? And that's basically it.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's great perspective there. Let me give you another situation. Because I guess this is where I think for a person that doesn't do real estate,
Yeah.
we don't understand that there's case-by-case scenario. Like in this case here, that's more to the lender side.
In that case, is the lender side. Because I want to first, before I'm going to show any property to anybody, you must have a pre-approval. You must have a pre-approval. If you're my boy, you're looking for a way to get a pre-approval, I have lenders. You know, I have 2 lenders. I use Jackie and Ashley. One is Quintessential Mortgage, and Jackie works for Guaranteed Rate. So I use 2 lenders, but I have a team. You know, when I have a team, I have my attorneys. I have all that information. But first, I got to get you a pre-approved. I got to see what you qualify for. The lender wants to see all the, paperwork, your W-2s, your file taxes. You know, in a scenario where we have to add a co-signer, they need to look at those paperwork too for them. So it's not an easy process. Like the first 2 weeks, getting you a house is not the problem. You know what I mean? It's not the problem. Is you getting all the paperwork for the lender to get your mortgage commitment, to get your mortgage approval, to bring you to the closing table, to the CTC, because quite frank, you got to be straight up with the lenders. The lenders, they want to know everything. They want to know if you owe the IRS some money. That shit will pop up. You know, they ask for bank statements, which if you're on an IRS payment plan, they see, you're paying the IRS, what's this about? Can I get the print of the IRS of what you owe? Because that considers debt too as well. If you're paying it on time, everything looks good, you're making good money, your debt to income ratio is good, most likely we'll get you a loan. You know what I mean? But there's also different programs. You have a VA. I was speaking to your boy just now. VA loans. I can literally have you paying $0, and I just closed on a house with $0, but it wasn't even a VA. It was a 0% down payment, and I was able to work a seller concession with my client. Shout out to Leo. He used to also work with AT&T. My first deal with him. It's funny. He was my store manager, and I was his assistant. Look, we're closing.
Look how life works.
We're closing a $675,000 home. And my client is souped up. He got like $20K back because he got his deposit back, and then he ended up getting the 10 security deposit and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of loans. There's
Yeah, I think. Look, I'm sorry. Can we just slow that down for the people? Can you repeat what you said?
Yeah, my guy Jerry, he bought a 2-family home with a bonus unit, of course. He ended up going with the 0% program. Ashley recommended it to do it. He had a goodwill deposit of like $10,000. He got that back. He got his deposit back, and then he got an extra additional security deposit from the tenants and the rent that was due that month.
Fire.
So this dude came back. Right. This dude literally. Right. I saw his smile. I was like, I don't even know why I'm getting you this 1942 bottle. Right. And I think I bought him a Casa Sol. Right. And I was like, you should be paying me.
Right.
But my joy was seeing his face, because he thought this deal wasn't going to go through. It was bumps down the road, employment verification, and the dude makes really good money. You know what I mean? But, it was a scenario where, zero down. Like, I witnessed it to myself, and I told people, like, everybody asked me, like, I closed right away, and one of my colleagues was like, how the hell does this person not even $1? Like,
which is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. There's different loan scenarios. VA, 0 down payment. You just got to pay for the closing costs. But if your real estate agent is smart, he will try to get you a seller concession, which the seller pays for your closing costs. You understand what I'm saying? So that means you don't come out of pocket, Now, if it's FHA, and I'm going to get real technical with you, everybody buys FHA loan. It's the minimum 3.5% down payment plus your closing costs. So give or take on a $500K home, your down payment is about $16,000, right? That's your 3.5%. Your closing costs another $15,000. Round it, $30,000 all in, right? So what I like to do for my first-time home buyers, I like to get them a seller concession, meaning that $30,000, if I can get you $10,000 back from the seller, which in this market is tough to get, right? Basically, you're going to be paying $20,000 for a home. So I just saved you $10,000. You know what I mean? And it goes to your closing costs. If you need to buy points, there's people that are buying points. They have the down payment, they have the closing costs. I'm getting them an additional $10,000 seller concession, and they're using it to buy points, to buy down the rate.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, when you say buying points, I don't understand what that term means.
So it's buying down the rate. So if you got a rate of 6.5, you buy a point. Give or take, it drops it down to 6, whatever the case is.
Copy.
Points are expensive. So me giving you a 10K credit, well, not me, the seller giving it to you at closing, is good. You can use it for whatever you want.
Okay.
And that's basically me. I just figure out how to make deals work. And now my Zillow profile is growing. Agents our listing agents are looking at Zillow profiles, and they're like,
Shit's good.
I told y'all, man, that's my shit. It's so good that it's sticking to the cup.
It's just good.
So, shit. So I'm telling you, man, they're here.
Nah,
I told you it was gonna be lit.
Nah,
I told my wife I had to be home by 8, but
what time is it? What time?
Nah,
Nikki, I'm sorry.
Nah, she knows. She knows.
Nikki, I'm sorry.
Gente que no tiene mujer.
Oh yeah, it's part of the production. You gotta mingle with the people. I'm sorry, as you were saying, bro.
Nah, so when it comes to those loans, there's different banks that offer. Just plain and simple.
Got you.
I'm not a lender. I can't tell you what qualify.
Okay.
I can some way somehow can tell you, yo, you're not gonna get approved. You're not. Like if you're not working, okay, what's your source of income? Oh,
Okay.
I own an LLC. I'm doing this. All right, cool. You have your taxes. You have all that documentation. Bank statement loans are people that are like entrepreneurs. That it's great. It's just a higher interest rate. Don't get me wrong, but you're gonna get a loan based on what you got in the bank and your paperwork for your LLC and stuff like that. So, bank statement loans are another route that you don't need a W-2. What I know in my head right now, I can tell you so many things ways of getting a home, and a lot of people think it's difficult, but it's not. And when people tell you it's not the right time to buy, that's when you buy.
I'm glad. I am so glad you said that, bro, because okay. I had a family conversation last night.
Oh yeah?
We had a family conversation last night. Like, yo, what are we doing renting? That's what I said. And we all, for the first time in a long time, we came together and all just collectively had an agreement in a bowl. Like, yo, what are we doing? Right?
Yeah.
So I'm with you to a degree because I never bought a home. Right? Because things to me happen like I hear horror stories. Like you buy a house, then the roof there's a hole in the roof and the roof cost you $30,000. You wasn't anticipating that. There was the plumbing that, I thought I bought a good home, but the plumbing is bad. Or whatever the case is. Or I get a home and now I rented it, but the renters don't get out. Of course there's gonna be bad stories and I don't wanna focus on the negative, but I wanna be practical here.
Right.
Is there any part of you, when you sell a home, you feel like someone can buy it now, but not maybe in this home in the next 5 years, doing to the climax of the situation?
So when you buy a home, you need to do an inspection. I'm sorry. I tell all my clients, I don't care if the property is being sold as is. We're gonna do some type of informational purposes, where an inspection, must be done, right? You want to make sure you don't have termites, the radon. You want to do, send up the gadget to the roof, the drone. You want to have it get an inspect by inspector, and I got that help too for you too. I got everything for you.
Ask how much.
Just let the people know how much the inspection usually costs.
So an inspection with my guy JP, HP Solutions, which I use them a lot. About $650 for single family homes. That's an additional $50 for like a 2-family. If there's 3 families, an additional $50.
So $750 for 3 families, $700 for 2 family per se.
Pretty much, yeah.
To save you that headache of $30,000 later.
Because then you know what you're getting yourself into, right? If you know that outlet is messed up, if you know there's a hole in the roof, you also want to have that estimate, right? You also want to have, contractors at hand. You have to want to have an idea like what that's going to cost you. A lot of people with solar panels in their roofs, they need to know that the solar panel is only going to cover that portion where the solar panel or the roof is.
I did not know that.
You see, there's situations but things like that, I did not know that when I started. I learned as long as I went, and I just kept. I'm still learning.
Which is crazy.
I'm still learning, and it's crazy how people ask me how I'm doing it. Yo, can you help me with this? I have agents, like I have this client. I haven't got him an offer accepted. I helped a realtor buy their own home. Make sense?
Chill. I was a bar. I helped the realtor buy his own home. You gotta elaborate, bro. What do you mean? How do you do that? Are they an experienced realtor?
I mean, they've been in the game, but they worked in sales.
Okay, I'm listening.
At the other day, it was a good friend of mine. I said, I'm gonna do right by you. First house she saw, first house she wanted, got the offer accepted. And the house over appraised too, which it was great. Meaning when I say over appraised, we offered $560. I think it came in at $565, $570. I have to look at the appraisal, but had equity already. which is good. You know, you come into a house where it has equity already is amazing. Meaning you bought your house for a steal. You're 10K above equity. Of
You're
what
ready
you
in the
offer.
win.
Yeah, the bank will give you the loan with no problem. You know. Now there's a scenario where you offer 550 on the house, the bank comes and the appraisal comes back at 540. Then you got to negotiate with the seller, the listing agent, like, yo, it's 550. You know, we offer 550, but the bank says this house is 540. So usually 9 out of 10, your third weekend when that appraisal happens, you're closing next week. Because my job is to close 30 days. I want to get paid every month. You understand? I want to get paid. I want to get paid every month.
Real right here.
You know, I can't miss a month. I need at least one closing a month. Because then I said I did work. But like I told you, those closings sometimes get pushed. Sometimes, you know, it's purging contingent on the seller finding a suitable home too. So, you know, they want to close and use the funds from the buyers that they purchased the house to buy their own property. So, you know, in scenarios, you might not be getting into that house when you close. That house might happen, you know, next month or another month. I'm in a scenario right now where I closed on a property in August. My clients are still living in the property that it's not theirs no more. And we just officially went under contract last week. And we're closing in October. You know, so it's ways, you know, as much as I learned down the road, I hit a few hiccups.
Okay.
You know,
Give me. All right.
I probably lost a good relationship with a friend. I don't know why.
I was just gonna say, give me an example how a hiccup.
You know, and to this day, you know, a hiccup where it was when I came back from Disney. I just finished closing on my friend's house, and you know, it was a scenario where something with the CO, right? The CO got done, whatever the case is. But
CO means
a certification of occupancy. So it's by every town has it.
okay.
So
I don't know what that is, so I'm only
you're gonna
asking.
need that when you close. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Sometimes you can buy a house without a CO. You just gotta be responsible again, the CO. But long story, had money, hold on, escrow, everything else. So I came back from Disney. My wife caught COVID. My little one caught COVID, but me and my oldest didn't. So I was in a scenario like, yo, fuck, I can't even go to work. I had people doing my showings for me, for my clients, and it wasn't the same because it wasn't me.
Correct.
And I'm like, yo, I'm working from home in my laptop. Metiendo mano, like, yo, scheduling this, you can do. And I was paying these people to do these showings for me. You know, like, I was in that level of just, yo, here's 100, here's 200. There's 8 showings. Can you do it? Let me know. Or I work deals with them in the between. Like, you know, if we get this offer accepted, I'll give you a cut, like a 20% out of what I make, you know, just for helping me out. Because my thing is to move on to the next transaction. Or the next transaction is the next client. So I try to take at least 5 clients a month. That's my comfort zone.
How did you get to that number?
How do I get to that number? Because I figured I can deal maybe with 2 clients in 1 week, get them an offer accepted, get the contract, work with the next client. So then in the following month, when I'm closing on those, I'm already working on another 5.
Copy.
You know, and it's not all the time 5s, you know.
Oh, for sure.
You know, we're coming to the season, and every realtor know that, you know, nobody's selling on the holidays. It's hardly anybody selling. Unless you're buying a house that is fully completed, vacant, a new construction, then you can move in, then you get those buyers. But a lot of people do not list in October, well, not in October, in November, and December, due to the holidays. You know, I don't want to move into the holidays.
Got you.
So those are my 2 months that I take off. Like, I literally, but this year, since I got my team, I want to focus those 2 months on working with everybody on my team. Like, okay, you're dealing with this buyer, let me help you out. Because if they close, I close. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and I want them to do good.
So how did you and your friend fall out?
It was a miscommunication. And it was to one point when they answered my phone. And you know what? I didn't bother. I was, like I said, I'm at peace with myself. If you don't want to answer my phone and be cordial and be man to man and talk about it and see what happened, and just move forward. You know, and it's crazy, yo, because it's like a brother to me. You know what I mean? And there's no, till this day, you know, if ever want to talk, we can talk. But, you know, it sucks. You know, it sucks into some points in scenarios like that because they expect everything, you know. And
The hookup.
I did do the hookup. You know, it was a lot to that, but that's on another topic, man. But
And I want to say to that right there, I don't think there's any other culture that expects for us to get the red carpet on a discount than our culture.
Yeah, pretty much.
and then not want to talk about it when it just miscommunication. You know what grinds my gears, bro, is if I was your boss, you would have to talk to me.
Yeah.
But I'm your man, so you won't talk to me.
Yeah.
It's absurd, bro, because it's miscommunication.
Yeah.
Just have a conversation. If it's a relationship that you're gonna look down the line, because I think low key, I'm gonna tell you something right now, bro. I love what you're doing. I'm proud of what you're doing.
Thank you.
But some people, I believe, are envious of what you're doing.
Yeah, I
May
get
be
that.
jealous of what you're doing. And you wanna and I love where you at, but you don't wanna even feed into it. But it grinds my gears. If how you are hated to a man that wants to bless you. How?
Yeah.
Not saying that he is, but there's people like you that get into real estate in their first year, go crazy, second year, create a brokerage, and people are trying to find out what's wrong. My whole narrative this whole time is to see if there's something else that you're doing that we don't know. For the hater point of view, but then the people that have grace understand that you could just be you.
Yeah, I had to prove a lot of people wrong. I had to prove a lot of people wrong.
How do you feel though, Hip? Like how does it feel, bro? Like, talk to me, dog. Like,
Oh man, it feels fucking good. Man. It
Yo,
feels
bro.
good because you know what? I walk with a good heart. I don't expect nothing from nobody. I was always growing up like that. My mom and dad wasn't, off a gold spoon. You know, hardworking Dominican people. My dad worked at a fucking pizzeria, my nigga, all his life at Domino's. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, took care of us and my nieces and nephew, and still taking care to my kids. And it was, all the grace of God, man, that she's still around. My son was born.
God bless that.
I don't even know where he got those blue eyes, man. I
Oh,
still
it's
ask.
dangerous.
I don't even know. I asked my wife, I was like, yo, is this mine? Yo, but nah, but I feel blessed, man. And I'm going to take it with me. And I'm going to take it and nothing is going to change. Nobody's going to stop me. I have a goal. I have a vision. I'm grateful that I partner up with my brother Zito. I have a good, still solid friends that I chill with, talk to. They still reach out. But they even know I'm not that person no more. I don't, I went one time, I didn't want to say what I did, but I went to my best friend Abel's house. I don't know if you know Abe, used to work too.
I don't think I've never met Abel, no.
And we were supposed to go out that night. We got lit. I never even made it. When I say lit, you already know, because my mom's probably going to be watching this shit.
Hi, Mom.
And she going to be like, ¿Qué tú dijiste? We got lit, and, it was like 12 o'clock. La fiesta still started. Like,
Right,
clubs are
for
just
sure. 12
opening
o'clock
up,
early
people
on the
go-
side. We're on the East Coast. We're in New York.
And, I had the hall pass, like, go out, chill with your friends. My wife was out with her friends. And, my nigga, you know what I did? Yo cogí pa mi casa. I went to my house. I put Netflix. I was at peace. I had a little Haagen-Dazs. Yeah, I'm a little gordito. But I was chilling. I didn't have the kids. My mom had the kids. Yo, my wife said, what the fuck you doing home? I was like, I'm chilling. I'm relaxed, lit, tranquilito. And, yo, bro, like, they don't understand. And a lot of people ask me how you do it with a newborn and everything. My nigga, it's times that I look like a zombie, my nigga, but I'm still getting to the work. I'm still getting to the money. I'm still getting to the bag. Like Khaled said, I work all shifts. There's times that I go to bed at 2:30, wake up at now 6, but like wake up when my newborn needs a bottle, or when my daughter like asking for milk. Like my middle one still asks for her little bottle here and there throughout the night. But I do those stuff. I do it for them, and I'm just blessed, bro. Just blessed, man.
Yo, Hip, here's a question I have. If Hip could talk to the guy who got let go,
Yeah.
what would he say to Hip?
Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right.
Did Hip see real estate though? Like, is it something you always saw to this magnitude, bro?
You know what? I had a vision, but I didn't see it like happening right away. And I think I just, like I said, I was like the road runner. I just took off. I learned from every mistake. And those are your biggest takeaways, your mistakes, because you're not gonna do it again. You're gonna duplicate it into something better you're gonna get. And it's been a crazy ride, bro. Where I came from and to where I'm now, I hit rock bottom, I got up. Like Denzel says, fall back 7 times, get up 8. Just started watching motivational stuff, things to encouragement. And one thing went to another. I took off. the haters were saying, oh, because the interest rates are low, everybody's buying. Cool, no problem. Now the interest rates are at 7. Where you at and where I'm at? You know what I look at? And
Talk that talk, my
know,
boy.
it's there's people on Instagram saying that they're gonna outwork everybody, you know. And it's one thing I always took: men lie, women lie, numbers don't. You know, and I let my numbers do the talking. I you know, when you see me posting something, or closing a sign, or cheers, or toasting, how we just did earlier with the Kumos, you know, that's what enlightens me. That's what builds up my day. And, you know, I treat myself. I treat everybody in the family. You know,
I want you to elaborate on that because this is what I think is huge as you say that. When you say you treat yourself, I feel like people get to a place where they claim to be grateful, but they rob themselves from celebration. Because they feel like, for me, let me speak for myself, not speak to people. I was told once before, y'all celebrate too long. You get to a level, but you celebrate that level for too long. Get to the level, get to the next one.
Yep.
And it was mixed feelings because I never really felt like I soaked in the accomplishment. But to a man like you, to say you celebrate, you treat yourself, what does that look like? Is it like when you close a home, I'm gonna go, is a massage on me? Like what is it like?
Basically, yeah, man. Like, you know, I like to eat. I like
My man.
fancy spots. You know, I like to explore options. I love to travel. Now with the baby, you know, it's been tough. We just came back from Punta Cana. I took my 2 little girls. You know, the newborn couldn't go, but, you know, I can just book whatever the fuck I want. Makes sense? And, you know, I do have my budget because now I strategize different on how I spend my money, but you have to have fun. You can't take it with you. You know, and my wife's birthday just passed. She wanted to return everything I got her because she said this is so expensive.
This is too much. It's
you know, you know how she is. She was never
No, said that back. I can see
but,
Nikki doing that.
You know, it's like that. Like, my daughter's Catholic school is paid for the whole year. You know, I can talk and breach about that. You know, I have an IRA account for her. Like, the things is just, it's just moving into a positive way that I can't go back into that person. But if I go back to like my old self and tell them everything's gonna be all right. I went to a real depression mode in November, December. It was holiday time. You know, that corporate world, the best thing that ever happened to me and to any entrepreneur listening, you know, I feel y'all pain. And I know y'all went to the next level, did what y'all had to do, beat all the odds. And I'm here today to tell my story, you know? And best thing that ever happened to me was that closed door. Opened to another one and it led to great things. I met so many people down the line. And I thought I was a popular kid in general. Like in high school, I was the class clown. I was your athlete. You know, I was your mujeriego. I mean, I don't want to get sad because you know my wife's gonna watch, but she even knows. She know I wasn't even easy.
Right.
And you know, I never thought I was gonna get married. I never thought I was gonna have kids. I thought I was gonna be this single person, and you know, I found love in a weird place, like the Rihanna song, you know,
Right.
and you know, it changed my life, and I say for the better. Like I said, you know, how this guy says, Tyler Perry, if I'm correct, you know, like a booster on the rockets. You know, they go through their stages before they hit, you know, space. Those rocket boosts fall off. A lot of people are not supposed to be in the long journey. You know, they're not supposed to be all your life there. It's just supposed to be boosters to get you to the next level. And like I told you, bro, it's all, I read Audible books. I try to read 2 books a month. Right now, shout out to George, my broker. He put me onto the Ego is Your Biggest Enemy.
I need that. I'm gonna get
That book is ridiculous, man.
Audible right now.
Is
Say the name of the book again?
Ego is Your Biggest Enemy. It's on Audible, bro. I can't. It's not like I could pick up a book to read, but like, if I'm driving my kids to my mom's house, they want to listen to fucking Bad Bunny in the car, bro. Or like that new, what is it? Oh, na na na. Like, yo, my daughter sings that and does.
Is it Ego's the Enemy?
Ego's the Enemy. Yeah.
Ego's the Enemy.
Yeah. It's a blue cover.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got it. So it's a real good book. I don't even listen to music in my car. I try to do 30 minutes going, 30 minutes coming back, even into the gym sometimes. Like, I hardly listen to music that much. And if I do, I'm just because I'm chilling, I'm having a swig, driving. That's when I listen to my music. But I try to give at least an hour of not podcast, but Audible. Which is, there's some, Grant Cardone, the 10X mentor. You read that book? That was an awesome book. People want to get into real estate, definitely get into that book. But yeah, man, it's just, I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with my life. That's why I told you, those people, man,
we want you to eat y'all lives, huh?
Yo,
and y'all know who y'all are, because there's love for some of y'all, but the ones that, I swear to God, we want it. And this is what you got to know. You got to respect. I just want to give a message. For those who are in the podcast space, respect your guests. Yeah. And appreciate the message they want to bring. Because some of y'all are so caught up in the algorithm, y'all forget about the relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
The relationship is bigger than the algorithm, bro.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Appreciate you.
Like, the man you become, he came with a bottle, but it was a different man, I promise you, y'all. He pulled up with a bottle, like, yeah, it's his zen, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to just say this, bro. All right. You'll know later, but the way I felt the spirit of the Holy Spirit in you was more than welcoming, more than whelming in the moment I am in my life. So I thank you. I think the title of this is When the Door Closed. I don't know what you said. You said when the door closed. You said some heat earlier.
Nah, when the door closed, the best thing that ever happened to me was that door closing.
The best thing that ever happened to me is that door closing.
And because I opened it right away to the new door, and I'm where I'm at. I'm happy. I'm stable. I can say, fuck it, let's do it. Let's go here. Let's go do whatever we want to do. It's just to a point where peace is the new king, man. Peace is the new rich.
Peace is the new rich. Tell these people where they can find you, Hip.
NJ Holmes by Hip on Instagram. Zillow, your premier agent. Pretty much, I'm just social media, man. You can call me at 201-726-3933. If I don't get to you, I promise I'll get to you back. But also, I got a lot of heavy hitters on my team. I told you, we manage this shit. It's for me managing people. This way, I want them to be happy. You know what I mean? I want them to do things they want to do. And I think we have this month, we just started. We took the #1 spot as a group, and shout out to the other teams that were beneath us. But I'm learning as I go. Either I learn from Zito, I learn from my boy Oscar, my boy Danny, even my broker Chris. I pick his brains here and there. I'm still learning, dude. There's so much money in the real estate world that people don't understand. Like, there's people that sit, like, it was just selling Sunset. Some of these houses don't close for like 3 to 4 months, but they're banking about $300,000-$400,000. That's somebody that makes in a year. Well, depends what kind of job you got. If they make that,
bro,
but,
1% of the world.
It's just, there's a lot of people too on Instagram that I see selling $10, $15 million. I want to get there.
Yeah.
I want to get there, and I know I'm going to get there sooner than later, but I'm going to continue growing, man. I'm going to beat the odds. Next year I want to hit 30 mil. That's my New Year's set. My New Year's set already. That's my thing.
Your numbers already set before the new year hit.
I feel like I told this to everybody. I'm an entrepreneur, but I feel like I have the time, but I don't. When I say that is that I can be lost in work that I forget the time, but I'm reporting to myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm my own boss. Like, I can just close my tablet and put on Thursday Night Football. My Eagles are playing, I can get back to my clients. Yo, I'll hit you up tomorrow. No problem. Enjoy the day. Because when I pick up my kids from school and I'm at home, I give my undivided attention to them. Once they fall asleep, and I have clients that hit me up. Hey, call me when you can. They already know what's up. Like, those times from when I get home at 6 to 9:30 or 10, send me a text message. I have Do Not Disturb. And if anything, I'm playing dominoes on the app on my phone. But I give them their undivided attention. Weekends sometimes sucks because weekends, a lot of people, they want to do the showings during the weekend because they usually work there Monday through Friday.
Makes sense.
But I try to do all my appointments in the morning, get them done by 1 o'clock so I can enjoy the rest of the day. And usually, if I'm gonna, if you're a new agent, try to show as many properties as you can. If you want to become a new agent, you know what I mean? Don't waste your day doing one showing out a day because it's going to take too long. Try to see multiple showings with the client. You know, have them strong enough to submit an offer. Like, yo, this is the house that meets all your criteria. And, you know, you can submit how many offers as you want. But as a new agent, don't think you're going to get paid right away. Just get a team, get a lender. If you need to shadow somebody, shadow somebody. A lot of realtors don't want to split the commission with another person because they're going to show them. And to me, that was key. I did that. I started like that. I split my commission. I think it's still good money. You know, my first deal, I split. My second deal, I didn't.
Right.
I said, I'm not going to give you half of that because that could have been in my pocket. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what I did was I fed off my other offer that I had, and I started looking at what I did and what I was going to, pivot to the new offer that I was going to do. Of course, everything is different. Price is different. The name is different. So I just took off. I started doing my offers myself, and one thing went to another. Now it went from 3 hours writing up an offer to now I can do that shit like in
5 and 10 minutes.
5, 10 minutes. I have all the info. I just need the pre-approval, and that's it.
Yo, Hip, I'm going to just tell you this, bro. If no one's told you this,
What's up?
I've heard things like learn while you earn
Yeah.
in a very small scale. You're a representation of that at a larger scale. Like, it may not be to you, but to the average listener,
Yeah.
to not know it all but still remain a student with the success you're having, bro, it's admirable. To know that you have a spot in your life where you block out time. I don't care what the sell is, from 6 to 9, I'm with the family. The priorities are set.
Yeah.
When you pull up to me and there's no music playing in your car, bro.
I was audible.
He was listening. This is the man he says he is. Growth is real. I appreciate you coming on here, bro, and giving us some insight of what your day looks like as the man you are today, the realtor, the father, the husband, bro, the man who's evolved. Yo, Hip, you changed, bro, and I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you. Listen, follow my man and know where to find them. Hip, we're gonna have you back here again. He got to share more of the details of the details. I might be an agent by the end of the year. I don't know.
Yo, join the team, man. Join the team.
Clap it up for my boy Hip one time, bro.
Appreciate it.
Body that, my boy. Oh, yeah.
Solid.